my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be Book Club with Brianna. My lovely friend has decided to help me and give me ideas for new books and is willing to share them with you. And she is a wonderful book dragon because she just powers through these books and she has tons more. And that is why she is going to be my book expert. So what is the first book you're going to show us today?
The first book I'm going to show you is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. It is fiction and it's sort of new to book lovers. You don't really hear about it very often yet, but I chose it because it's probably one of my favorite covers on my bookshelf. It's super beautiful and kind of gives you like a little glimpse into what the story is about. And yeah, it's really pretty.
It is really pretty. Do you want to like bring it closer?
Yeah.
Go. It shows like a little puddle of like two different cities. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
So, and you were telling me about it earlier. It has like a girl who goes after her father's killer, and like it just jumps different dimensions.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, like, it's a dimension story, like dimension hopping, but in every different dimension that she's trying to chase him through, she meets different versions of him. Some that she loves, some that she hates, some that she's like kind of iffy about.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dark and like, am I gonna fall in love with my father's murderer?
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Kind of twisted.
Yeah, but it has a second book to it too.
Nice.
So I don't know if it's gonna be like a trilogy or what, but it does continue.
So it has promise.
Yes, it does. And I haven't read it yet, but I can tell that it's going to be a good one.
The next book is, you said, a summer read, right?
Yes.
It's a good summer read.
Yes, it is a very good summer read, very quick. This is the one by Kira Cass in the Selection series. There's actually 5 books in this series, and this is number 3. So it's the ending to one of the characters' stories.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, you wouldn't want to read this one first, but it's a very light, easy read. It's sort of romantical, but still very innocent and very funny.
And I love a good funny story. I'm all about like that humor.
And it's a monarchy too. So you know there's going to be girls in pretty dresses.
Yes.
On all of the covers. All the covers are beautiful. That's what attracted me.
I love this cover.
Yes, that's what attracted me to the story at first. So yes, but I powered through the first 3 books that were already out when I found the series. I powered through them in like a week. So they're super, super easy.
Yeah, just nice.
Yes.
Like beach pool reads.
This has my coveted book boyfriend.
Oh.
Like,
gotta love those.
Because it's a monarchy, there's Prince Maxon, who all of these girls are vying for.
Of course.
And he is lovely. He's geeky and he's into photography and he's lovely.
Yes.
He's super cute.
And you said that one was kind of like a mix between The Bachelor and The Hunger Games?
Yes, it totally is. It's got The Bachelor where you're vying for his heart, and then it's also kind of like a little bit of a messed up government.
Yeah.
Not as much as The Hunger Games where you're killing other people.
Yeah, let's not do that.
It's not that bad, but it's sort of like behind the scenes.
Sometimes I think about that on The Bachelor. You think that those girls might like kill each other.
There's some pretty catty girls in here. There really are, but they're super funny. So, and super easy read too.
The next book has to have like my favorite cover. I think this is so great. Like I think it's simple, but like it looks really powerful. And it's called The Red Queen, and Power is a dangerous. It says Power is a dangerous game, and I think that's really cool. Have you read this one?
I have not read this one yet, but it's definitely very high up on my to-read list. Yes. Everybody on BookTube is going crazy about it because that is the first one, and there's actually 2 more after that one, so it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But it's super beautiful cover, super interesting story from what I've heard from everybody. So I can't wait to finally get in on everybody talking about it and actually be able to talk about it.
I can't wait for you to tell me what it's about. I can't wait to hear like if this is good. So I mean, I might have to go out and get it myself.
Yeah. So it's basically like society is based off blood. So like the red bloods are they're poor, and the silver bloods are obviously royalty. And so there's this girl called Mare is her name, and she's the person whose like story is in the point of view of, and so she's a red who gets taken in because she has like this dangerous like special gift, and she gets taken in by the palace and sort of like hidden as one of their own as a silver, but she also starts working for this group of reds who are against the palace, so she kind of has to like wage war with like what she's gonna do.
That's awesome.
So
I love the inside of this book too. Like I just feel like this is an overall like the book artists and like publishers knew what they were doing with this one because I think it's adorable. Like I
Yeah.
Just love the outside. So if the book is anything like the cover and like the book art, then it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
this might be a good one to take with you on your vacation.
Yes.
What is the next book you have for us?
The next book that I had is Spelled by Betsy Show. It is basically a retelling of Wizard of Oz, but in this story, Dorothea, instead of Dorothy,
Yeah.
Dorothea is her parents and her are royalty within Oz, but her parents, evidently they do something and
Yeah.
they get kicked back to this place called Kansas. It's literally in quotation marks on the back cover. Sorry. Kind of cliche. But it's sort of like switched backwards.
I think it's a really interesting take on Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. But you always have the retellings where you're like, oh, it's just the same story over again.
Yeah,
Or it's like, it's beastly.
Yeah.
Where like that book was good too, but it's like they changed it around to modern day, which
Yeah.
you don't always want that.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, sometimes we just appreciate.
The original.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I feel like this is a really interesting retelling. Plus I love the cover.
Yeah.
It's glittery. You can never go wrong with a glittery
The
cover.
shoes remind me of Christian Louboutin, and I'm just like,
Yes.
yes.
And I'm really into one-word titles.
Spelled.
I'm weird, but it rolls off the tongue nicely. And it's super short, super easy read.
It's a good, decent size. Like,
Yes.
Good short summer book.
Yes. Oh, and the front cover, I love it because it says somewhere over the rainbow, all spell is about to break loose.
Ooh,
I
all
love that.
spell is about to break loose. Wow.
You know
We're
it's
on the
gonna be
other
good.
side of the rainbow.
Yes. Not very good side, probably.
I feel like we don't have the munchkins with like the little like pop down.
I feel like
And the
it might be
witches.
darker.
Yeah.
Like it might be darker than usual.
I know.
That will be interesting.
We don't have like witches here. Well, not that I know.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have any like green-faced witches running around trying to kill us here.
I feel like this would be the evil land where like Oz is like all wonderful and like spectacular in their royalty, and they get sent here and like people are like, who are you? You're like crazy. You think of the
And then we
royalty.
drop a house on you,
Like,
banana house.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I feel like here would be like
Enchanted.
the dark place.
Like Enchanted, like the Disney movie where she's
Yes.
like, ah, and they're like, I'm gonna run
No.
over you with my taxi.
No. Not gonna happen.
That would be my life. That would be my life. Be like,
Just get run over by a taxi.
oh no.
I'm royalty. I'm
Don't-
not supposed to.
Peasant. And the last but not least book that she brought with her today is actually coming out in theaters this Friday, but this will go up after that. So it's already out in theaters. And it is Me Before You. And I'm reluctant to read / go see it
no.
because I stay away from anything that I know where I'm going to cry because I'm a sympathetic crier. So if somebody's crying or is about to cry or just like I feel like a sad moment coming on, I'm like, I just start crying.
I probably ruined it for you because I told her that it made me bawl, and I never really
Yeah.
bawl at books or
Yeah.
movies. And this one did make me bawl, but it was so good
Yeah.
and so like heartfelt, and it was also really funny, but just like one of those like homey ones that you
Yeah.
just like you sit in your pajamas with a cup of coffee in your hand and you just like you read it all the way through
Yeah.
it.
Or a cup of tea.
Yes. Hey, I mean it's in the United
It's
Kingdom.
set in the UK,
And
so
yes.
if you enjoy UK things as much as I do, you should probably check this out. I mean, I don't know if I should say that because I haven't read it yet, but I think I might have to go
It's
at least
super
see
good.
the movie
It's
before,
so super good.
before I make my decision because I'm one of those people that gets too emotionally involved. I don't know why I'm still continuing to talk in a British
I don't
accent.
either.
So I'm one of those people who gets really emotionally involved in books and movies. So like I feel their pain. Like I said, I'm
I
a
do that with
sympathetic
books.
crier. So if I like see people crying or I feel like a sad moment, I'm like, I feel your pain. Like I'm really sorry. Like, and I just like cry with you. So I think it's like a.
I feel like now you've switched over to Australian.
I might. It goes in and out. Like
Somewhere in there.
I can go to Australian. No, I'm like to the West Australian. I think it's pretty much British, but not a very good one.
Yes, but this is a very good book. It's
Okay.
it's very good.
I will take
Trust
your
me.
word
And
for
I
it.
don't really read romance that often because I don't like the raunchy. And this is more like, of course, they're adults, they're not teenagers.
Yeah.
And it's still not raunchy.
I don't like
Like
that.
it's super sweet.
It's good.
Just it's adorable.
Yeah.
So
I do like the idea of reading it, but I'm not one of those people that like jumps over the Nicholas Sparks movies. Like I'm not
Oh,
always
see.
on those bandwagons.
the movies I'm okay with. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen The Choice? I love The Choice.
See, I haven't seen like the
absolutely
recent one.
Love it. but the only book of his that I've been able to read without having to stop because it was too raunchy were the last song. Because the last song had literally none of that, even in the movie, because it never happened.
Yeah, and I think like, well, A Walk to Remember just gets me every
Or
time.
A Walk to Remember.
I like cannot handle it. It's just too sad and like
that makes me cry.
I literally like, get teary-eyed every time I like sit there and cry. But yeah, so I can't handle a lot of like over gushy movies. Like I can handle like some, but like I'm not one for like Hallmark or like.
Well, I usually like when I think gushy, I think cliche.
Yeah.
Almost. I'm like no.
Yeah. So if you like this one, then I know it must be good because you don't like
good.
the like super romantic.
Anybody on BookTube will tell you that it is good.
Okay. So we might have to do a movie/book review next week.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for bringing me some of your books. And hopefully this will be a regular thing where you'll come back and talk about books. And I hope that you guys write comments down below on your favorite books so that we can talk about them with you and like give us suggestions on what to read or
I have so many books on my shelf that I haven't read yet, but it's okay because I'm obsessed.
If you have any that are just like absolutely not, you should not read these, let us know because
if any of these are on your list of to not read,
you must not read.
Please. I will probably still read them, but at least I'll know that they kind of suck.
Yes. So just to have those book clubs, and so this is like a two-way thing, so we'll read and you'll tell us what you like, and hopefully soon Bryana will have her own channel to tell you more about her books. So when that goes up, I will leave a link down below for you guys to subscribe to her too. But if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the little red subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Bye friends!